So I don't know if you all remember this one. This is my love-hate Wagasashi. It's not bad for the price though. If you're on a fixed budget, it's only like $60. It's more like a Ko Wagasashi because it actually has almost a 10-inch handle. So, but this is the one I said if you're going to learn how to polish, get a cheap sword to use. And this is actually really good because it's not full length. So I did take the handle off and it was a bear to do because it was glued, and this is why, because everything on there now. I don't know if you can hear it. See that? So I mean it can be shimmed. So, and they had a ton of glue on this. Yeah, Harley's having fun. So I used a 3000 and 8000 stone. It's not the Kuramaku. To start off with this, and then I went to the Kuramaku stones. I have now the 1000, the 15,000, and I have a no, excuse me, the 1000, the 1500, and a 12,000 Kuramaku. So here's what the blade looks like now. I'm gonna polish out the Kasaki all the way, just because. And this side is a little bit better. It's kind of dirty because I haven't cleaned it up yet. But let me get the light there. There we go. You can see how it polished it right up and took out. You can still kind of make out down here where the brush fake Hamon was. Right down there, but as you come up here it's non-existent. So, and that takes a lot of time because that is done with the machine, put on there. But the one thing I did notice with this when I started polishing it, when I held up to the light, you could see little ripples along here just below the shinogi. So that meant when they were hammering this out, they didn't get it perfectly flat. So that's why this is taking so long. And you want to have really good light when you do it and hold it up to it. So that tells you how well they actually, you know, formed this blade. And this is just a 1045 blade. There's nothing special about it. But it's a good beater sword. So if it bends or whatever, you're not out like tons of money. But then after polishing all that, took it back to the Kuramakus, the 1000 and then the 1500, and you're wondering if it gets it sharp while you're polishing. So got a magazine here. I just want one, and this is pretty thin stuff right here. It's pretty thin. So if I catch it just right, because I'm holding it kind of wonky, and now I have a cat. So my cats decide they want to go playtime. There we go. Finally. It does need a stropping, but those Kuramakus, it didn't take much to put an edge on this. And the 1500 just refines it even more so. And the nice thing about it is when you do use the Kuramakus, if you look at that edge, you'll see it's really polished out really nicely. So they polish really good. The 1500, when you do it, don't put a ton of pressure. It's also kind of a sticky stone. You'll feel like resistance, like it's sticking. That's, I learned, is actually just how the stone is made. And then if you get the 12,000, definitely do not put a lot of pressure on that stone. It took me maybe 1 minute to surface that thing when I first got it, or less. That's how soft it is. So you just want to glide the blade across that thing. But man, it puts a nice polish on that edge. So yeah, polishing takes an immensely long time to do and a lot of patience. But if you want to sharpen, you want to learn how to sharpen your sword, it doesn't even have to be a katana, it could be a European sword. Try the Kuramakus from Shapton. Highly recommend it, because you take it to that 1,000, it is putting an edge on it like you wouldn't believe. Maybe like 2 minutes, because it's a very hard aggressive stone. I've heard if you get the 320 over the 220, the 320 is very aggressive. So if you have something that's super dull, it's going to start putting that edge on there fast. Then you take it to the 1,000, then take it to the 1,500. And some people opt not to use the 12,000. I wanted to try the 12,000. I like it. Don't think you need to get the, what is it, the 35,000 grit that they have. I'm sure I'll polish the hell out of something. I heard really good things about it, but it's also $349 for it. It's a very expensive stone. Now, if I had the little wafer stones that they use in Japan, I could sit here and really refine the polishing, but I'm not gonna pay $90 just for two that are already pre-done up. That, and they fit basically on your thumb, a little square about yay big. Yeah, that's a little too pricey, because they only come, from I found out, only one place in Japan, that's Kyoto. So yeah, it's the only one region where they make them. So I'll make do with what I have. But that's about it. That's the polishing and what you can do with, you know, polishing stones that you can, sharpening stones you can get off of Amazon. Because the ones, my 3,000, 8,000, that came in a kit that was $30. And it came with another stone that's got the 1,000 grit and a 300 grit. So I use those a lot, especially if I'm going to do something like this first, and then the Kuramakus I will use last, because I won't have to use them as much. So that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's informative. If Air Power sees this video, I will be making that video how you tie the Seigyo to yourself. It's real easy, real simple, and I'll show an easy way. Might show it on this sword, because I really hate this little tiny piece of crap Seigyo they put on here. Don't know why it's so small. How to put the Seigyo through the shinodums right here. And these are glued in already. That's the one plus about this thing. They actually did right. So an easy way that you can get it through there. It's real simple. Watching a bunch of videos, I figured it out, and I was like, oh, that's hella easy. So I'll show that too. He said he had a knot on the end. Just snip that off. If they take it and put a big knot on the end of it, all you got to do, well, I'll explain it, but get some, like, it's called Easy Stitch. It's used for leather. Wrap it around there, tie a really tight knot so it stays flat, and just snip that big knot off, because you really don't need that there. But you need the end tied off, or the Seigyo, the thicker ones, will unravel. even if it's real silk, it'll unravel. So it's not going to just stay together. It's woven. Nothing holding the ends. So, all right, guys. See you later.